All right, kids, reading workout max 11, follow along. All right, first things first, you should have test 61E in front of you. Here are the steps. Be sure to follow exactly along with this workout to help you with your timing. I've noticed that timing is of essence, and we're struggling just a teeny bit with the time. Here's the steps. 1, you're going to come over here. We're going to start with passage number 2. And go 2, 3, 4, or you could go 4, 3, 2. The reason being is because we always want to save passage number 1 for the end because it's the most time consuming, yet the questions are the easiest. So if you save the easy questions for the end, if you're running out of time, you'll be able to work faster on easier questions. All right, 2, 3, 4, then 1, or 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a try. Both different ways. Now, why do I say that? If you look at passage 2 is social science. Some kids might like that passage better than passage 4, which is natural science. All right. Remember, prose fiction, it's the scribing technique that you're going to do at the end. All right, here's the steps. On passage 2 or 4, you're going to start with a mystery preview. You're going to do a mind map right away and then go right into a speed map. We're going to try and get this done in a maximum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Less is better. All right. Now, the name of the workout is Reading Workout Max 11. That means you're going to have 11 minutes per passage, which puts you at 44 minutes for the test, and the test is supposed to be done in 35 minutes. I've noticed that kids are taking more time than that, so this is going to be a way of speeding up. All right. If you're a kid that does not struggle with the time and you can finish already within 44 minutes, what you want to do is try and knock that down. Instead of max 11, you want to go max 10. If you go max 10, that's 4 passages times 10, that's 40 minutes. If you go max 9 minutes per passage, that puts you roughly at 36 minutes. So remember, if you're not struggling with time, shoot for max 9. If you're in the middle, max 10. Or if you're struggling with time, max 11, like this workout. All right, once again, you're going to do all of this stuff right away, and I'm going to set a timer. Mystery preview, mind map, speed map, and we're going to try and get it done in less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Once again, if you're shooting for 9 minutes, I would try and have this down to around 1.5 minutes to 1 minute and 45. Either way, less is always better because we need to spend time on the questions too. You're going to come over here. If you're doing the max 11, 11 minus 2.5 is going to give you roughly 8.5 minutes. That means you have 8.5 minutes to do the 10 questions. At the end of the 8.5 minutes, you've got to be done with all the questions. That means at the 30-second mark, I'm going to say 30 seconds remaining, you got to guess on all the remaining questions. If you're really struggling for time, what you need to do is set yourself up for success by trying to answer 8 of the easiest questions. If you're working on something and it's not coming to you, automatically shift over. It's a difficult roadblock question and move on to the next one. Your goal here in your first passage is to try and get at least 8 questions complete. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our passage here and our timer. All right, so here we are with the timer, help you with the timing. You want to have your test open to either passage 2 or passage 4. You have approximately 2.5 minutes to complete your mind map, your mystery preview, and your speed map. I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes. I'm going to stop the timer at 2.5 minutes, so that will mean that your timer on your screen will run down to 8.5 minutes. All right, then we'll just quickly touch base, and then we're going to answer the questions out of order. So let's go ahead and get started with the mystery preview, the speed map, and trying to bump into our mystery questions. Alrighty, we are on passage 2 or 4. Everyone, open up your passages. You should have the passages in front of you in book-like style. On the left will be the passage, and on the right will be the questions. All right, get ready. We're going to start with the questions with the speed map. Ready? Begin. All right, everybody, you should be done with your mystery preview, your speed map, and you're bumping into the questions along with your mind map. All right, now here's what we're going to do. You have 8.5 minutes to answer the 10 questions out of order. You always want to start with the easiest question, and if you're running out of time, guess within your Genius map on the questions that you are struggling with. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You've got 8.5 minutes to answer those 10 questions. All right, everybody, ready? Begin. There are 30 seconds remaining. Make sure that you're using this time to guess on the last batch of questions and to make sure that you transfer your answers over in clusters. And stop. All right, everybody, nice job. Passage number 2 or 4 complete. Now we're going to move on to the next passage, which is passage 3 either way. We're going to do the same thing. 2.5 minutes for your mystery preview. You're going to go ahead and do your speed map, mind map together, and we are going to make sure that that's done within 2.5 minutes. We'll stop the timer, check in at the 2.5 minute mark. Let's move to the next passage. You should have the passage in front of you with the passage on the left and the questions on the right. Open up book style. All right, everybody, passage number 2. Ready? Begin. 30 seconds remaining. Make sure your mystery preview, your mind map, and your speed map with the bump are all completed by the 8-minute 30-second mark. And stop. All right. It's the second passage we're working on. You should have a mystery preview underlining all your keywords in the questions, adding them up to come up with a mind map, general idea of what's going on. Then your speed map should be complete, going through the topic sentences as quick as you can, trying to add to your mind map, making sure you understand what's going on, and then trying to bump into some of those mystery keywords. Now, here's what we need to do. You got to make sure that you start on the easiest questions first. If you didn't finish the 8 to 10 questions in the last passage, think about what you did now and make sure that you make some adjustments here. If you felt like you spent too much time on one of those questions in the last passage, make sure that you're able to move off of that question quicker so you can get to look at all of the questions. Your goal is to look at least all of the questions and do the easiest ones first. You have 8 minutes and 30 seconds starting right now. Begin. 30 seconds remaining. Make sure you finish all the questions and transfer your answer choices in clusters to the bubble sheet. Time is up. Put your pencil down. Alright, everybody, we're on to the next passage. You should have the passage open to either passage number 4 or passage number 2. It's still working on the argumentative essays. Alright, once again, you should have it open up book style. On the left will be the passage and the questions will be on the right. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds or less to make sure that you get through the mystery preview, looking at all the questions and underlining what words we need to find, adding those words up as quick as you can to come up with a mind map or a general overview of the essay, doing a speed map, going through all the topic sentences and trying to make sense of the mind map and build it up stronger, and then trying to bump into mystery keywords by simply putting a star by them. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds or less. If you're not worrying about the time and you're not struggling with the time, you want to try and get this done sooner than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Eventually, for actual testing, you're probably going to want to have all of this done in a minute and a half. So that's what our goal is, all right? 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete all of the pre-stuff. Ready? Begin. And stop. You should have your speed map completed with the preview of all your mystery questions, and hopefully you bumped into some of the keywords from the mystery questions. Now you have an overview and know where some of those mystery questions are. We have 10 questions to answer within 8 minutes and 30 seconds or less. If you're not struggling with time, you want to try and get this done faster. Keep in mind, if it takes you a minute and a half to do a speed map and you have 9 minutes total, you have 7.5 minutes roughly to answer the 10 questions. So if you're not struggling with time, try and get it done sooner than 8.5 minutes. If you're struggling with time, make sure that all 10 of those questions are answered, including guessing, within 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Start with the easiest questions and make sure you get a chance to look at all of the questions. If you're taking too much time on one, get used to forcing yourself to move off of that question and come back to it later. All right, 8 minutes, 30 seconds, everybody. Ready? Begin. 30 seconds remaining, kids. Make sure you look at all the questions and fill your bubble sheet out. Put your pencils down. Alright, everybody, we are on the home stretch. So we are on passage number 1. Now remember the technique for passage 1. It's a teeny bit different. It's called scribing. First, you're going to still go to the questions, do a mystery preview by underlining all your mystery keywords, adding them up to come up with a general idea, which we call the M3 mind map. Then, once you understand what the essay is about, and you know what questions you're looking for, you're going to take the tip of your pencil and just trace it over every line of text. You're going to go backwards and forwards. You're looking for new nouns. Just simply underline or circle those. And if you do come into the words from the mystery questions, that's called a bump. You're going to simply put a star next to that word. Okay? Once you're done scribing, you're going to go ahead and answer the questions out of order as we usually do. Now, scribing, since we're not just looking at the topic sentences, we're looking at the full essay to add new nouns into our mind map. It's going to take longer. So here I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do the mystery preview, the mind map, and then scribe the whole essay with the tip of your pencil, underline new words that are nouns that add to the mind map, and bump into mystery keywords. You got 3 minutes. You should have your test open to passage number 1. On the left is the text passage, and on the right is going to be the questions. So go ahead and do that. Now, everybody, ready? 3 minutes to scribe and bump into your keywords. Ready? Begin. and stop. Go ahead, put your pencil down. If you didn't get to the last paragraph in scribing, just keep in mind you're going too slow. You don't need all of those nouns. Look at your page. If you didn't finish, you see that there's too many nouns circled or underlined when you're scribing. You don't need all of those. Make sure that your words are not repeated. Okay. Now, we did the scribing technique for passage number 1, prose fiction, mystery preview plus a mind map, plus you took the tip of your pencil and you just circled or underlined new nouns in the essay along with bumping into your keywords. I usually put a star next to them. Once again, we have 8 minutes here to answer 10 questions. Go out of order with the easiest questions first. If you feel like you're struggling and it's not coming to you right away, move on. It's probably not what you think. It's probably not an easy question. It's probably one of the roadblocks and you can't answer the question. All right? We've got 8 minutes to answer the 10 questions. Keep in mind that this is the last passage, so you have to have all of your answers that you filled in on the paper copy. You have to have them all transferred over to the bubble sheet at the end of this 8-minute section. So make sure that you transfer your answers over into the green Scantron quiz bubble sheet. All right, everybody, ready? 8 minutes, begin. 30 seconds remaining. Make sure. And stop. That's it, kids. Thanks for following along in the Max 11 workout for today. Go ahead, take your bubble sheet and scan it with the Scantron machine and fill out your bubble sheet. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.